Hello, and welcome everyone to Thursday I for September 11th. My name is Alex Volkov. I'm coming to you live from Seattle in this new cool studio. So this is your weekly AI update news, and with me I already have a few friends. What's up, Wolfram? What's up, Yam? How are you guys doing?
Hi, man. Great to
Wolfram, it's
be
great to
here
have you
again.
back. Yeah, it's great to have you back.
Yeah, I missed last time. I only watched. And yeah, it's more chill to be co-host instead of the main host.
Yeah, much easier to even listen in. I listened in 2 weeks ago, and I really had a great time to just catch up. TLDR is very helpful for folks, so we're gonna try to do you guys justice, those of you who are tuning in, and have TLDR very quick and very succinct, so you'll know everything that happens, including some breaking news. I'm seeing some Quen news from just
Oh
now.
yeah, Gwen
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
Gwen
So we're gonna
next
we're
is
gonna do
out.
this in the TLDR. Yam, how you doing, man? And we also have
Great,
LDJ.
great. Alex, did you enjoy watching us? Like
Yeah,
you
that was
like
fun.
the content? Yeah, the content. Did you
The
did you
content was great. Yeah, I would.
subscribe to the YouTube channel?
I'm subscribed for a long time ago. Yes, 100%. LDJ, how are you doing?
I'm doing really good. It's been, as usual, an exciting week or two. I mean,
Yeah,
week, yeah, we're covering the week of news, yeah.
we're doing the weekend. Sometimes for new folks who are tuning in, we're usually covering the last week's news. However, when some things release on the same day as we stream, we don't have that much time to play with it. So sometimes we cover those news in the weekly stuff as well. And it looks like we have the whole gang together. Nistan, what's up, man?
Yo, what up, guys?
What is going on? We can hear you. I think a little bit loud, far away from the mic, but we can hear you. Yeah, just
Well, what else is new, right?
no, we can hear you fine. We can hear you
Okay.
fine. With some Toronto backgrounds. Alrighty, folks. I think that we'll do this thing that we haven't done in a while because all of us, five of us, are here finally. Let's run through and talk about what is the most one exciting thing about AI this week that you had. We probably already have this in the news, and then we'll jump into the TLDR. So I think, yeah, Wolfram, we'll start with you.
Okay, so it's been a quiet week, let's say that. But Z-Dream 4, that is very interesting, and I had a bit of a chance to play with it, and I liked it a lot. So just a week after Nano Banana, we now have another model that is excellent. So yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm looking forward to check out Quen Max next.
Quen next. Quen next is what we're gonna talk about next. I actually don't know if they released it. Yeah, but okay, we'll get there. Yam, what is your one highlight? Wolfram was ByteDance Sea Dream 4. What is yours?
OpenAI supporting MCPs in ChatGPT clients.
100%.
Finally, great, great,
100%.
great. Everyone is going to use MCPs now.
Yes.
400 million users. Some of them are going to find out that there is a new setting in the setting,
Yeah.
and everyone is going to use MCPs. Absolutely great.
For folks who are listening, tuning in right now, and they have no idea what Yam's talking about, we will take you through the setup today of how to enable MCPs on ChatGPT. We'll actually show this off. Hopefully, we'll be able to do this with the new setup. But yeah, ChatGPT, the biggest, I think, still the biggest used AI software in the world, is now access to tons of tools via this new setting via MCP, and it's super cool. And finally, they allowed it. You have to enable some developer settings, and we'll show you exactly how to do that. Nistan, what is your highlight of the week, man?
Dude, I'm starting to lose track of what's going on. One, I am glad they kind of fixed Cloud Code. It can do work now. I was able to
Yeah, they
get
fixed the
some,
bugs.
get some client work done. The other one I was surprised is in the Quen 3 coder, there's a Quen 3 coder plus. I don't think that's released. It seemed fine. It was just a little slow. But what I was surprised with is I was on someone else's computer, remote desktoping, and I go to ChatGPT. It runs out. You could always use Quen 3 Max for the search. So I just ended up going there. And so I went from ChatGPT and then went to Quen 3 Max. And these tools are free now. You don't need to log in. And it's becoming like a commodity. It's finally becoming a commodity where you can get some of the best models. So you could just ask ChatGPT to think in in the free version, and it was doing it. So yeah, that was the interesting part for me, because it also means that any tools you start anywhere now can just like open up the browser, go to these sites, use the AI, and come back, which is pretty nuts. Yeah. Anyway, I'm on very little sleep, so I'll sound a bit drunk.
I got you.
But yeah, all good.
I'm getting Nissan. Thank you for sharing this. Just one tactical note, folks who are in the Twitter stream. I'm getting some comments that you guys cannot hear my co-host, and that is because I screwed up something with the setup. So I did pin the live stream, the video live stream, on top of the Twitter space. So please go there. Please go there anyway, because this show today is going to be very much a visual show. We have multiple image generation models and we have multiple video models. But if you're listening to this and you hear me only my voice, I am talking quite a lot.
We can go on the Twitter. I mean,
no, but then it's gonna be like a whole feedback bonanza.
Okay.
But yeah, you can go on Twitter as well if you want to, and then like unmute on Twitter while you talk here as well.
But they can listen to the stream, right? The stream
yes,
should be fine.
But folks who are on the Twitter space, please just join the video stream. It's gonna be easier for you like this. I'll still stay here just so that folks know, but I'll do reminders. Yeah. All right, LDJ, you are up next. What is the one AI highlight for you before we jump to the TLDR for folks?
In the past week, I feel like there's not a particular, maybe something will come to mind later, but not a particular model release, but just interesting news in terms of things like OpenAI just was confirmed to have a $300 billion deal with Oracle, and that spiked their prices up by 40%. And some other
Larry Ellison, the richest person in the world, folks, surpassing Elon Musk.
Yeah, and
Larry Ellison, 76 years old, looks like a 45-year-old, and is now worth $300-something billion, like an insane amount. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it is impressive how old but young looking he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe some things more will come to mind later, but not much on my mind right now.
Alrighty, that's great. So I think mine is the last left. I think the highlight for me was Lucy, and we'll talk about Lucy in a second. But it's from Descartes AI, and Lucy 14B is one of the fastest image generation videos that I've ever seen of this quality. So we're gonna definitely cover this as well. OpenAI MCP stuff is definitely also a highlight. I don't know why I get two when you guys get one, so I'll choose. Jan already did MCP. I'll choose Lucy, and then I think it's time for a quick TLDR. I will say, Wolfram, you added a few topics, so just pause me. I didn't have a chance to add them to my list. Just pause me when I'm like getting to the top of the section, and then just let me know. Alrighty, folks, it's time for the TLDR. For those of you who are just joining and are new, TLDR is our section where we just like kind of run through the news and tell you everything that we're gonna talk about. Just so if you don't have the 2 hours to sit with us, or you want just like your whole news injected like in the Matrix, like, I know Kung Fu, this is for you. So let's go and do TLDR. Alrighty, folks, this is the TLDR for Thursday, September 11th. We're going to run through a few of the news. I'll actually share this on the screen as well so folks can read, because why not? I'll share this, and so you guys can follow along as well. So today with you, the hosts, the full cast is here today with you. My name is Alex Volkov. I'm the host of AI Ventures at Weights and Biases from CoreWeave. With me, Wolfram, Ravenwolf, Jan Peleg, LDJ, and Nistan. And we don't have scheduled guests today, but mutual folks, if you have big releases and you're about to pop, and just DM me or Wolfram or Jan, and we'll let you in. Open source, I don't have tons of stuff on open source. I do have 2 things. One of them is Baidu open source is Ernie 4.5. It's a 21 billion MOE with 3 billion thinking. 21 billion parameter thinking MOE, 128 context. Ernie is also kind of their like flagship model. So they also released Ernie 1, but you can only access it through Baidu. I also have, which I don't add here, I have another K2. So K2 Thinkg from the UAE Institute of AI was released, and that I think is not necessarily open. No, it's on Hugging Face. Yeah. I wonder how I missed it. So another K2 is in the mix now for us, and that one is that was interestingly named K2 Thinkg, leading the Kimi folks say, hey, when we release a thinking model, I guess what would the name be? So that's also, we're going to chat about this. I definitely have notes somewhere. Then also in open source, Wolfram, I think you mentioned that Kimi K2, the actual K2, has a mild update as well. So we're going to mention that. They have like a, was that September-ish update? A little bit more agentic stuff. Generally a good update, I think, but very minor. And I think that's mostly it on open source on my end. Wolfram, did I miss anything that we should cover open source-wise?
Yeah, I added the Kimi K2 0905, and yeah, it is pretty major because it doubles the context length, which is very important for agentic use. So it's now 256K. So exciting update for me.
Yeah, so that one will definitely mention as well. And mostly that's it on open source. So fairly chill week. The K2 Thinkg, yeah, we're gonna get to the K2 Thinkg afterwards. Then we have quite a few, and again, this is open source LLMs, text models only. Like there's a bunch of open source in the image world and the video world. So we're gonna mention this. In the big companies, LLMs and APIs, there's new 2 stealth models that people are super excited about from the perspective of coding. They're called Sonoma Dusk and Sonoma Sky. They showed up on Open Router, and many folks started testing them, and they're rumored to be Grok based on the responses. These models have 2 million context window, which is quite incredible. They're super fast, and people are very excited about the quality of their builds. So we're gonna go and chat about them and then see if Nistan already is coding with them or not. We'll get there. Claude from Anthropic has 2 big news from this week. One of them is they admitted again that they had 2 bugs leading to degraded performance. So we're going to chat about this as we had a whole talk about this last time. And also that Claude now can create and edit files, which is essentially a code interpreter. Claude on the Claude UI will now give you like a sandbox environment, and you can create and edit files, which is super cool. And we'll see how many people start to try to jailbreak that code interpreter environment. We will go then to maybe the highlight of some folks here on the panel today. OpenAI adds MCP support, full MCP support, not only for search, not only from deep research, full MCP support and connectors to ChatGPT via developer mode. It's super exciting. This is like one of the biggest adoptions of the MCP spec ever because of the 400 or 500 million weekly users of ChatGPT. I don't know how many there are. Like we're getting towards 1 billion users very soon. And we're going to chat about this. We're going to tell you how to set this up. And we're going to maybe figure out which MCPs are must-haves. Excuse me. And then we have another update from Mistral. Mistral, the French unicorn, becomes almost a decacorn because they get $1.3 billion investment at $13.8 billion valuation from ASML. We will chat about ASML importance to the European landscape. Wolfram would love to chat with you about this. ASML's importance to the world's GPU landscape as well. And they are very interested in being the biggest now investor in Mistral, Europe's OpenAI, essentially. This is it in big companies and APIs. I think there's more stuff wanted to hear from folks in like the big companies. Is there anything more? LDJ, whatever you added as well, right? Like the OpenAI.
Yeah, there's well, there's also from ByteDance. There's a new model called C-Dance 4.
Oh, we'll get there. And in visual, video, and image, it's just like a little bit lower.
Yeah.
But in big companies and APIs, LDJ, you mentioned before, OpenAI announced a $300 billion investment into Oracle, sending Oracle prices sky high, and Larry Ellison becoming world's richest man. The really funny thing is OpenAI doesn't have $300 billion to pay for Oracle, and Oracle doesn't have $300 billion worth of GPUs yet. But the announcement just made money.
So it seems like it's OpenAI didn't announce it, but it seems like it was like somewhat unofficially broke by Wall Street Journal, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And specifically a deal for, it says starting in 2027 for about a period of 5 years, OpenAI will agree to pay Oracle about $60 billion per year for compute, and this is estimated to be over like 4 gigawatts of compute, which is like probably millions of H100s worth of compute when it becomes available.
Wow, that's insane. In this week's Buzz, the category where I give you updates about weights and biases, weave and inference and models, etc., we have quite a lot of news. But first of all, GLM from Z.ai, GLM 4.5, it's a 300-ish billion parameter great coding model, is up on WNB inference. Nistan, you specifically asked for this, I remember, and you are one of the folks who led me to think that, hey, the GLM 4.5 is a great coding model that a lot of people love, and it's time for us to kind of update. And this is new for us. This is new when we update the model on the inference that wasn't released just like yesterday. So
all right. I'm actually going to use that then.
Let's go, and let us know how it is. So we'll give you guys an update about this on the WNB, like on this week's Buzz. And also, folks, we are on OpenRouter. Let's go. I love OpenRouter. And finally, we reached a partnership with OpenRouter. Shout out to the great folks over there. So some of our models we're now provided on OpenRouter, which I'm very, very happy about because I've been using and loving OpenRouter for a long, long time. So if you go to OpenRouter, and for some of our models, we're still figuring out the process of which models are getting added to our OpenRouter, which models we want you to go directly through. But if you have OpenRouter credits and you want to use our inference, you're more than welcome to. It's now up there. And now we're getting to the meat of it, to the multimedia excitement of this week. This week was crazy, folks. We'll start with Descartes. We talked about Descartes a couple of times. We're probably going to talk about Descartes twice this week because they also released the Minecraft stuff. Wolfram, if you can join me and discuss this. But Descartes also announces Lucy 14B. This is the fastest image-to-video model available. It takes like 5 seconds to generate any video from an image, and this is not yet open source, even though the name kind of suggests it is. So I'm used to names of models having billion parameters attached to them to just be the name on Hugging Face, but this one was not fully open sourced, but it looks super cool. So I think it's exclusively on FAL right now, and it looks great. And then also Descartes, Wolfram, what is the name of the, I think you sent it over.
The Minecraft thing?
Yes.
Wait a second, I have it here.
So Descartes also has, and I think we've played with this before. They have kind of like a...
Yeah, it's called Oasis 2.0.
Oasis 2.0.
From Descartes AI. Oasis 2.0.
It's kind of like a real-time diffusion model thing, and they've added this to a demo of a game. So like you play like a Minecraft game, and then it flickers through different type of imagery, basically on prompt. So we're gonna like play with this as well. If you guys send me a link, we'll definitely play with this and show this off. In voice and audio, this has been one hell of a week. Qwen started this week. Qwen, the folks who build the Qwen series of models, LLMs, they started this week with releasing Qwen 3 ASR Flash, which is automatic speech recognition, 11 language ASR with contextual biasing and singing recognition and low noise, like far field microphone recognition. It's really super cool. It supports like 11 languages. I tested with Russian. It really did its job well. So like think Whisper from Qwen. And also blast from the past, Stable Diffusion. Do you guys remember when Stable Diffusion was like a huge big thing we talked about every week? It's been a while since we talked about Stable Diffusion. They released Stable Audio 2.5 and the enterprise grade audio generator like Suno and Udio and others, sub 2 second 3-minute tracks with control and brand ready workflows. I actually tested it out. It sounds dope. We should definitely play with this. And then the last thing in voice and audio, 11 Labs launches a voice remixing model. It's an alpha model where you can upload your own voice or create a voice and then say, hey, I want this voice to be of a woman voice. I want this voice to have more of a German accent. So you can take my voice with my Russian Israeli accent and, give it a little bit more Wolfram if you want. It is also pretty cool. Anything else I'm missing here in voice and audio category, folks?
Every week, voice is exploding.
Yep.
Oh,
Absolutely.
there is actually a Qtai. It's I believe it's a French lab, and if you guys remember Moshi,
Yes.
so they just seem to have released, seems like a 750 million parameter audio model. Here, I'll put the link in chat.
Yeah,
Might actually use that one. Okay, I remember Kutai.
Yeah, Qtai is great.
That was, yeah.
French audio folks. And then I think we will definitely have to get to there. AI art and diffusion is blowing up, folks. So just a few weeks after Nano Banana, which is Gemini Image Lite, whatever they call it, they actually renamed it back to Nano Banana, as we said last week, which was the most used top image editing model in the world. We got two, not one, two image models. It's just, the speed is insane. Like let's very much pause here for a second and say the speed of developments is absolutely insane. We got two models, both coming close to Nano Banana in quality. One of them is open source, one of them is just like incredible. So we'll start with Tencent releasing Hunyan Image 2.1. It's an open source 2K resolution text to image generation. It doesn't have editing capability, so no image to image, just text to image, but it's a 2K resolution text to image. And we'll chat about this. It's really dope. It has a bunch of stuff. But I think the biggest event from this week, generally I think in the world of AI as a whole, I think this takes the cake. ByteDance releases Seedream 4. It's on FAL and other places. It's a unified generation editing model, generates images at 4K, gets up to 6 reference images. This is just me saying happy birthday. Gets up to 6 reference images. So you can like have a person and then, 2K, not 4K, but you can like upscale them afterwards. It does this in 1.8 seconds. It is super quick. It's 2K images, so higher resolution than Nano Banana, up to 6 reference points, and the precise editing via natural language. It's really something. It's really something. Like it's a like, and folks are saying that Nano Banana is great for some stuff, and this is great for some other stuff. So absolutely a great release from ByteDance. Not to be jaded, folks. The image models are coming super fast. And then, last but not least, in the tool section, if we get there, I found this cool tool called Ibisynth. They released it. It's like a video Photoshop. You can take a video, you can upload, draw a face or I don't know, something on your face, and they will kind of extrapolate it to every frame, and it looks pretty cool. I think that's mostly it. Wolfram, anything that I missed from your list? I think I just need to add the Kimi stuff here, and then I think we're golden. We can start talking about open source. Yeah. All right, let's go and start talking about open source, and I'll add this as we go. Yam, LDJ, Nisten, anything I missed?
There was another audio small release, but I forgot, and I think I actually used it at some point.
Well, if you figure this out, send it.
Yeah, then I'll just post it.
Yeah, so there's a bit of something similar to the ASML Mistral situation. It reminded me of, I'm not sure how recent this news is, but it was shown that NVIDIA basically has like their own personal holdings of public companies, and these are publicly filed of what companies they're holding, and apparently it seems like over like something like 91% of their holdings is in CoreWeave. So I think that's the interesting, noteworthy news.
In CoreWeave, the company that owns Weights and Biases that sponsors this podcast. So no insider knowledge here, all our thoughts and just like from our personal perspective. But yes, there's probably that. All right, folks, I think it's time for us to go into open source. Let's go, let's get it. And let's go to open source. Open source AI, let's get it started. Open source AI. Let's get it started. I think we will open the show with Baidu open sourcing Ernie 4.5, and let's take a look at Ernie 4.5. I gotta ask first, like I know that Ernie, like it's 4.5, so at least 4 versions of Ernie have been added. Have you guys ever used Ernie at all? Anyone? I know I haven't.
I've tested it a bit. I remember, I think maybe like Ernie 2 or 3. And I wasn't really that impressed back then, but from what the benchmarks showed, they seem to, or at least claim to have like catch up with the frontier since then. So
yeah.
Let
me see if I can share my screen properly so you guys can see without me getting lost. If I do window, and yeah, I know that like I've heard about Ernie when Baidu has all these like release days that they talk about. Okay, we're about to release some huge models, and they show like very good examples. And Ernie X 1.1 is, I think, their claim to fame. They just had like a summit. They just like released this very complex looking evals chart. We're not talking about the open source one. We're talking about like their flagship closed model, and they are doing some chart crimes, but getting like fairly significant updates on top of DeepSeek R1 and Gemini 2.5, and then claiming to get very close to GPT-5, which is very impressive on its own, right? Like the Chinese company like claiming to get very close to GPT-5 at some places, like beating everyone in Chinese simple QA, and if eval is like beating Gemini 2.5 Pro, getting close to GPT-5, but like this chart is hard to read. So Ernie, Baidu, they have this like main Ernie bot, but also they have Ernie 4.5 as like the open source model, and they kind of like use the open source one as the base for this like reasoning one. But 4.5 is the thing that I want to like show you. This guy, it's 4.5, 21 billion parameter MOE with only 3 billion parameter. It's a thinking model. It is like, it's a very interesting model with improved performance, but like, nothing to, I don't think that this model is going to get like used super quick, but actually I don't know. Let's ask the folks here, what do you think about the stats?
What do you think about the size of the model?
Like,
what do we compare it to?
Yeah. They compare themselves to DeepSeek. Again, everybody loves comparing them to DeepSeek. And again, DeepSeek was 500 to 600 billion.
This is a 20B?
This is a 21B with 3 billion active. Yeah.
Okay, that might be worth taking a look at.
Just based on the evals, you mean?
Well, it's also small enough to run fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wish they would have put a comparison here with Qwen 30B A3B, because that's probably the closest comparison here. Or also OpenAI has their 20B is also actually 3B active, I think, as well. OpenAI's model.
OpenAI's model, yeah, the open source one, the GPT-OSS. Just for folks who are listening, and apparently the microphone was fixed, so folks can listen to all of you as well as me. We're looking at the evaluation for the Ernie 4.5 active 3 billion parameter. It's a reasoning model, and AIME 2025, this tiny model gets 78%, which is like lower than every other model they compare themselves to. But the model they compare themselves to is DeepSeek R1 and their bigger Ernie, and then Gemini 2.5 Pro. So no GPT-5 here, but I think it's a bold comparison to take this like tiny like 21 billion model and compare themselves to like giants. So kudos on them. Let's see what else. Zebra Logic, which is I think accuracy and function calling, is at 89%. Human Eval Plus at 90%. I think I've stopped seeing Western folks tell me, but like I think I've stopped seeing Western labs even try to do human eval. I think human eval is so saturated that nobody cares anymore. It's been a while since I've seen human eval come through.
It's a small benchmark, just a handful of questions, and they are pretty, textbook school coded questions, you can say. And everyone, I mean, you just get the answers from your training data. So we pretty much moved on since human eval.
So this model, Ernie, has, they claim, significantly improved performance on reasoning tasks, logical, science, coding, text generation. They also said efficient tool usage capabilities and 128K context understanding capabilities enhanced. And they note this version is increased thinking length. We strongly recommend it to use in highly complex reasoning tasks. Alrighty, folks, that looks cool. Context length of 128, a little bit bigger. And they released the weights in something called, Hugging Face weights, and then they also have other tools like VLM transformers and fast deploy, which I don't know what fast deploy is. Alrighty, this is Ernie 4.5. Let's look at the other Kimi K2 from, not Kimi, sorry, the other K2. It's confusing. So UAE MZAI, something like this, released K2 Thinkg. I actually had a post about this, so let me find my post. And this is the continuation. If you guys remember LLM 360, this is a continuation of kind of their training apparently. And they, let me go find this one. We knew it's going to be confusing, but we got them anyway. MBZUAI. This is the,
sounds like it's
the lab.
Like one of the royalties names or something.
Yes. yeah. Actually, that's how I found out about this. Eric Zhu, I believe. I think he commented.
I wonder if Pharrell worked on it, but if he did, he just like come on the show. Oh, this is the G42.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, something came out of that. All right.
The way that I saw this, listen, is before releasing the model, there was a tweet saying, "Hey, we're about to release kind of the biggest thinking model in the world." Not that they did. I don't think that this model compares to, like, you know, the main models, but still. And then the whole post was like, "We thank His Royalty this for supporting us. We thank this highness, this whatever." There's like a whole tweet basically dedicated to, like, thanks to the royal families of UAE for supporting for this model, and then kind of the model was released like a day after. So let's actually take a look and then see what's up with the Kimi, so not Kimi again, K2 Thinkg. It's going to be very confusing. They call it a breakthrough in advanced reasoning. MBZ UAI Institute of Foundation Models. K2 delivers frontier reasoning performance at a fraction of the size of today's larger system. And then they have a blog, and then we go to the blog, and the blog remains to be not very disappointing. So it gets math performance across AI Meet 25-24, but there's not a lot of, like, very standard, like, evals here. So we can go to the paper. The paper is very interesting. Shouting out all of the folks who worked on this. Eric Xing, I think this is the person that I saw. Institute of Foundation Models, Mohammed bin Zayed, the University of Artificial Intelligence, and MBZUAI. And it's a 32 billion parameter model. It is a fine-tune of Qwen 2.5. So this is kind of the thing where I got super excited before, and then I was like, 2.5 Qwen? A fine-tune of 2.5 Qwen? This is what you're thanking MBZ for? But they're achieving some very interesting numbers there. So let's take a look. We have, in their technical report, we have the link to Hugging Face, link to GitHub, of course, and to the web. And they're showing this very interesting kind of graph for folks who are just listening. The x-axis is total parameters. Looks like it's log scale, 1B, 10B, 100B, and 1 terabyte. For some reason, they decided that they know how big GPT-5, Gemini 2.5, and O3 are, because they put them more than 1 terabyte. Fine. They place themselves in the kind of the 30 billion parameter area, above Nemotron 32B and QWQ and Qwen 3, but they achieve significantly higher math scores than kind of the other models that they put on top. Have you guys heard about LLM 360? You guys remember that kind of from a while ago? Anyone?
So basically, are we talking about fine-tuning of Qwen, or are we talking about
They talked about SFT fine tuning, and then RL in here with like RL verifiable rewards. So RL VR, which we chatted with Nathan about.
Claude 2.5 is a great model. I think that was like one of my most used. Yeah, the 2.5 32B coder. I used that one a lot. So you can get pretty good results from RL in that.
They say
wrong with it.
They say like RL got them nearly 40% improvement on AI Me over the training course.
Yeah, this might be also worth a look because it is possible, but also the strange things in the charts were them guessing how many other parameters the others were. So I don't know, but
yeah. So we have kind of like an actual table, benchmark table here to look at with math scores. Specifically, it looks like they compared themselves to Qwen30B, Nematron, QWQ, which is the first thinking model that Qwen released just off the top. Like, I don't know why you would compare yourself to a model from a year ago that means nothing to Qwen anymore. But they also compared themselves to Qwen3, which is great, the 235B. And DeepSeek. And so on AIME, this model gets nearly DeepSeek level scores, which is very impressive. On math only, nearly DeepSeek level scores on AIME 2025. Again, this is a 30 billion parameter model. And code and sciences, basically they say that we find that K2 Thinkg is especially strong on challenging math benchmarks while also maintaining respectable performance on code and science. And they have API access and FAL. So basically, it looks like this model was just RL'd to infinity for these specific tasks, but I don't know if like a general model. Although Qwen 2.5, I agree with you, Nistan, is a decent model, but it's a while ago. We already have Qwen 3, so it looks like it took them a while to kind of get to the point of releasing this. Alrighty, open source. Yam, you want to cover the thing that you just sent? The SFR deep research?
Yeah. All right, so you're gonna put it on, or maybe me?
Yeah, if you wanna.
Sure.
I can put it on. Hold on, give me a sec.
No problem. Okay, so we have a new deep research release from deep research fine tuning from Salesforce, AI research at Salesforce. Basically, deep research is the task that most of you probably are familiar with in ChatGPT or in Anthropic and Claude. All the major players are providing it at the moment, basically for the model to go and search online about whatever topic that you instruct it, but do it iteratively, like reason throughout the search and go deeper and deeper using different search queries and answering open questions and so on. Basically, what we have here is Salesforce fine-tuning RL training, a model to be good at this exact task, specifically at this. And they show that using a small model, they are able to pretty much bypass flagship models like O3 and O4 Mini and Kimi Researcher and also the one from Qwen, which we didn't hear a lot about. The cool thing about this is that in the paper, they show something interesting, that they optimized for multiple tool uses. I mean, we know all agents are using multiple tools, but they specifically optimized specifically with their rewards targeted multiple sequential tool usages one after the other. And they show in the paper that training a model to specifically use multiple tools boost the scores heavily. And they hypothesized that if for tasks like deep research, other big models are pretty much optimizing a single step of reasoning, like to have the best reasoning in order to solve a task. But they show that using even if you don't have such a heavy reasoning capability, you can use multiple tools and research and investigate your way through your problem. So it's a very interesting paper. showing that just by playing around with the reward functions, you can get a lot. You can get very powerful models for specific use cases, and RL is definitely on the rise today. So very interesting to see this, and you can pretty much replicate this on the cheap, on the budget, because it is what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Thank
It's
you.
also the
coverage. Go ahead.
people at Vector Institute were also using the XLAM or whatever, the previous model from this very same team. And it's not as talked about, but I do think they have one of the best open source tool colors that there is. Because I haven't seen this covered much on Twitter or mentioned, but I heard from other sources, and it was placing very high on the benchmarks for very small model on the Berkeley, the Gorilla, the tool calling leaderboard.
Yep.
Yeah. This one was like, it wasn't in the top ones, but for what it was, for an 8V and stuff that they had made before, it was very high. So this team might be onto something eventually.
Look,
I think that's a very interesting hypothesis that Yam has, because I believe it the same too. You can have a dumb model do really smart things if it just knows how to use the tools. It's like
I just want to say about exactly what you're saying. Salesforce had been the ones leading code generation, I think, 2 years ago. They were absolutely in the lead, and people seem to forget that this is a very strong team. There is a very strong research team behind this release, and definitely they were pretty. I'm not sure exactly when this thing that Nistan is saying about, but they were in the lead of agents for a while, and they were on the lead on coding benchmarks for a while, and yeah, absolutely.
We shouldn't forget that Salesforce is a huge company, and the CEO is really hell bent on adding AI everywhere as much as possible. They have the whole Albert. I don't remember, like the Albert mascot they have, like their agents. They're trying to add agents everywhere. They're really working on getting tool call and tool use in there. The highlight for me from this thread, and this thread from Kaiming Xiong is great, talking about some evals and how they got the very significant 28.7 humanities last exam score, beating deep research from 03, beating Kimi researcher, which is based on Kimi K2, and deep research from 03. They highlight this. They say, where's my highlight? It disappeared. We found that standard RL often drives a rapid rise in tool usage while actually degrading performance. This occurs because long trajectories dominate the policy loss and are reinforced even in presence of negative rewards or penalties. Our length normalized RL objective mitigates this issue, regulating tool usage while improving overall performance. So basically, if you use standard RL, it looks like the rewards are leading the model to use as many tools as possible, and this like actually degrades performance, but they have some approach called length normalized RL, and there is a great paper, so folks should definitely go and check that out. All right, folks, we've been on open source for a while, but we have a bunch of stuff, and we usually we front load the show with open source, and then we get to the image things with like 5 minutes. I really want to cover the image stuff next before we go to big company news, because this week has been absolutely dominated by image generation models and video generation models. So how about we just skip there? We'll do a smooth transition because we'll start with the open source ones, which Hunyuan image was released, and then we're going to talk about the competition to Nano Banana from ByteDance, which is incredible, and then we'll cover the big companies' APIs. We'll do this week's buzz. How about that? I think open source is fairly covered. The last thing in open source is Kimi's update. So Kimi K2 09, 05, 09, one of those.
We should have them on the show.
0905.
We should have one of them on the show. I've talked to some of them. I just forgot to invite them.
We will definitely reach out both to ZAI, the folks from GLM, and the Kimi folks as well. And I absolutely want both of them to join the show as well. Wolfram, so can you give us like a super quick summary of the Kimi update, and then we'll move on?
Yeah, sure. So Kimi is an interesting model because it is 1 trillion parameters big, but has only 32 billion activated parameters. So it's super large, but still runnable in a way. And the update has doubled the context from 128K to 256K, which is great because the more agentic or coding model usage you have, the more you want to fit in the context. Well, that enables a lot more usage from it. So I was actually pretty disappointed with the small context when it came out. So that is a very welcome update. In the benchmarks, it has improved in agentic use. And if you think back when it came out, it was a really, really strong model, and I loved it. And a week later, Qwen 3 happened. So you know how quickly the models get topped by others, but now they have an update, and I think it's worth looking at it again. So I will definitely do some testing and see, because it is, I like the writing style as well. So it had an interesting personality, if you will.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely recommend to check out this model.
So I'm showing here from Lech Masur, which they have some sort of creative short story writing benchmark. And Kimi K2 0905 is back at the top, beating GPT-5, beating Qwen 3 Max, and beating Kimi K2 on the creative writing. The writing style is definitely unique. It doesn't sound like any other model, and people are really liking Kimi K2. So, folks, if you're into like getting out of distribution tokens, Kimi K2 seems to have been trained on some other data set. Like, it's unclear, but like it's really, really good for writing. So shout out to Kimi. We will probably update this on the WB inference as well. Right, we have to move on because the next thing that we really want to talk about is Tencent. Tencent released Hunyuan Image 2.1 is an open source image native 2K resolution. Let's take a look at that because that looks so cool. Let me just go and open this on X here and then share the screen with you guys. We know HY or Hunyuan from HY video, right? We've been talking about HY video for a while. It's like a great video, open source as well. Tencent Hunyuan Lab gives us more and more AI goodies. So this one is a latest text to image model. It's only text to image. There's no image to image here. But performance and quality with native 2K resolution. Hunyuan is an advanced open source text to image model. Advanced semantics. Let's look at the new stuff in 2.1. Supports ultra long and complex prompts of up to 1,000 tokens. I cannot tell you how important this is to creatives. Long prompts with a lot of details is very important because like you will basically guide the model to give you what you want. And for many folks, they use additional LLMs to generate kind of the prompts. Most of these models come up with like prompting guides. The trick is, the alpha is to grab this prompting guide, dump it into like a ChatGPT and say, hey, based on this prompting guide, I want this and this and this. And then ChatGPT embellishes this with like multiple, from this angle, with this, with the depth of field, whatever. It adds kind of the things that the model needs. And then it gives like five paragraphs of prompts. And sometimes you shove this into image model and you only get like 128K of this. So like 1,000 tokens of prompting is very, very welcome. Precise text rendering with seamless image text integration, text into image, making it suitable for a wide range of applications, product covers, etc. That's great. Do you guys remember AI image generation cannot do fingers and cannot do text? I think both these problems are getting solved. Text is now pretty much ubiquitous now. Fingers nobody talks about. Text is still iffy, but it's great to see that they like put like emphasis on the text. Higher aesthetic, capable of generating images of various styles, everybody does, and then high quality generation. They use two text encoders, multimodal large language model, MLLM, to improve the model image. So this is like basically a large language model and an image model together, like an omni model. And then also this model is a large diffusion transformer with 17 billion parameters. Open source weights, but the license is not fully there, I believe. Like people are asking for like a clear license. Let's take a look. Yeah, license is a Tencent Hunyuan community license, which I don't know what that means. But the images are dope. Let's look at the demo.
Look, the thing about the long prompt, absolutely, it's important, but does the model follow everything? If we're gonna drop a huge detailed prompt in there, will it follow anything I'm saying in the image? Because so far, many image and video generation models have been struggling with a specific point. Even leading ones like Midjourney is struggling to follow detailed prompts to the max. So, do we have anything about this in their release? I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet, but they do have. You can still see my screen. Yeah, they do have this like comparison chart of accuracy, calculating image accuracy represents the image-wise average score across all key points. So I don't know if this like benchmark. I haven't seen this before, but they compare themselves to GPT image, Qwen image, Seedream 3, which we're going to talk about the next version of it, and then FluxDev. FluxDev is open source. They get 0.8 average score on image accuracy across everything, which is comparable to Qwen image only, and a little bit higher than Qwen image across attributes like nouns and actions and secondary subjects, scene. This looks to be like fairly complex prompts. They also, as far as I saw, have this thing, prompt enhance. There should be a link here. There's no link here, but they have a demo of prompt enhancement. They say, to improve the quality and detail of generated images, we use a prompt rewriting model. This model automatically enhances user-provided text prompts by adding detailed and descriptive information. So here's an example. The user said, energetic poster of New York City, anime businesswoman hailing a taxi with skyscrapers and Times Square signs around, and we see Bright Ambition is an urban graffiti font. And tagline, blah, blah, blah. And then the prompt enhance is like 3 times as enhanced. Featuring a dynamic scene with anime-style businesswoman in the mix with hailing a taxi, the central figure is a young woman with large, expressive eyes and dark hair, styled in a bob. So it actually like gave the description. This is very, if you look at this prompt, Yam, it kind of does look like the image is exactly.
It is good.
Yeah.
Even the font looks really, really good.
Yeah. So they have like the prompt enhance. The thing that I cannot understand from the generation here, actually, you know what? We can test this out. We can just take this whole prompt and then try out this model ourselves as well. But the thing that I cannot figure out is whether or not the prompt enhancement works automatically, or you have to turn it on in a different.
I suppose it's a different model. I suppose it's like you said.
Yeah.
You have, yeah.
All right, so we have
which is kind of, I don't know. I would want the model to just one-shot this. I mean, I get it. I get why you need this detailed prompt, but I don't know.
There we go. Okay, so I'm on the demo page, folks, and I'll add the demo page to the show notes as well. You can have, there's a checkbox here that says enhance prompts automatically. We can remove this because our prompt is already enhanced. And apply refiner after generation. Refiner is usually like another step that generates and creates a quality image. They also have a different tab here for prompt enhancement on its own. So you can probably just prompt this model in a different way, because it is a diffusion transformer, right? So this is like a language model and an image model all in one. So it looks like you'd be able to just like ask for a refined prompt just directly. So we're gonna wait a little bit. We're first in queue, and we'll see how long this takes. I don't know what GPU we're having here, but
while we are waiting, if you want to, I can tell something about the license. I checked it out in the meantime.
Yes, please. Yeah.
And it is a terrible license, actually, because it's not open source. It is even restricted for the territory, which means the license is valid worldwide, but not in the EU, UK, and South Korea, which is funny. So in North Korea, you may use it, but not in South Korea. And in the EU, we are out of luck again. And there are some specific usage rights. So anyone using it should read what is allowed and what is not. And you must follow specific guidelines when you distribute the images you create and so on. If you have over 100 million active users, which is probably not an issue for most of us, but then you need a different license and so on. So it's, make sure you read the license if you really want to use it and even use it commercially or something.
Very interesting.
They are specifically saying you can't use this in this and that country, like in the UK and so on, like specifically naming them?
3 specifically named in the license, yeah. EU, UK, and South Korea.
Okay.
So speed-wise, I'm not super impressed right now. This model is running on an A100, obviously not the best, the last GPU, but still, A100 is like a hell of a GPU. And we've been waiting for, and we're first in queue, so like we're running.
Yeah, it is quite large. It's 17 billion parameters.
17 billion, yeah. And this is how many steps? 50 steps. You know, I would expect A100 to like crank it out right now. We're like already at 130 seconds in, but it looks like we're gonna wait for 300 seconds, which is what, 5 minutes? You know, we're gonna, yeah, we'll wait and show you the result. But meanwhile, I think it's time for us to move on. Anything else interesting about this model besides the fact that you can use this for prompt enhancement, which I think is cool?
You use the same model for prompt enhancement, meaning that the language model is generative, like the language model that looks at the language and feeds it to the diffusion model. It's
This
actually
is
a generative model.
This is a diffusion transformer, man. I don't know how exactly they have this in the demo, but I'm assuming the same model gets both the prompt enhancement features and the image refinement features and the text-to-image generation.
Dude, I don't know, but the team has been shipping some crazy stuff.
Oh yeah.
The world
Yeah.
model,
Oh, yeah.
this thing. So this is not one that we can just dismiss just based on their track record. Like we're a bit
Yeah.
confused, but this is probably pretty good.
I'm also like sure that the open source community like optimizes this like crazy. Wolfram, like we've seen this before with stable diffusion. We've seen this before. Like the second a diffusion model drops, there's so many techniques that these folks don't even bother to do that sit out there. Not like quantization, but like there's others that people speed up inference models significantly. We've seen this on FAL multiple times. Like a model lands on FAL, and FAL folks start to like run them through the like optimizers, and then suddenly like they improve it by 3x, just speed performance, right? So we're still waiting on an image. So I don't know how usable this model is. If on an A100 it takes 5 minutes for one image. Specifically because the next thing we're going to chat about is a video model, which generates 3-5 second videos in almost real time, called Lucy. But yeah, once we'll get the image, we'll tell you folks. I think that this is mostly it about this model. Anything else that I love our friend Lincoln. His reply to this thing is, "I love this for you, but please follow the other labs and go all the way Apache 2 or MIT." I love this for you, which is the most offensive comment that you can give. So this model is on Hugging Face on GitHub and then on Hunyon's website. And let's just take a look at some generations. I'm assuming we'll just see them here on the website if it will ever load. Doesn't currently load for me. Yeah, doesn't currently load. Okay, so we'll just show you, I guess, like this. And hopefully you guys can see. He talks about the architecture, blah, 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 blah. Here's some example generations, because as I invited everybody to look at the model, control text and detail management is super cool. The text looks very crisp and nice. Yep. Alrighty, folks, so this has been Tencent Hunyon Image 2.1, and now we're moving away. Okay, this is the actual page with some prompts. Half the prompts are in Chinese. I think some models are better with some Chinese prompts as well. Oh, finally, we got it. Okay, folks, so this is the generated image that we got. NYC Bright Ambitions, Own Every Dream. This is very good. This the enhanced prompt, the blurred background, the NYC, the text here. Yeah,
that is enhanced, right? This is after enhancement. Okay,
yes, after
cool.
enhancement. But
Really
I love
cool.
this. This is great. This is great, and like this got our prompt exactly how we wanted it. It only took 350 seconds or something, but it's really a great model. The very high quality as well. Very high quality, dude. I'm zooming in, and this is full resolution, 2K resolution. All right, we're moving on as we're in 1 hour into the stream, almost 1 hour into the stream, because I think the biggest news from the world of AI, not necessarily LLMs, is this next model. So just a week and a half or 2 weeks after Nano Banana was revealed to the world to be Google, and everybody's losing their crap about Nano Banana, and there's hackathons and different things. And Nano Banana is the image editing model from Google. It became the #1 de facto used. I actually have some news about Nano Banana. Did you guys see this? Adobe Photoshop announced an actual full integration. So Nano Banana is coming into Adobe Photoshop, so you'll be able to use this within kind of the tool itself to edit, to change things. They just announced it like yesterday, I think. So Nano Banana is going with Google's integration. But just a week or so after this, we are seeing a competitor, and this competitor is actually blowing it out of the water. So ByteDance released Seedream. Let me see if I have the actual announcement here. Seedream 4.0, and released this exclusively on file. Seedream. Wolfram, I think you said that this is your highlight of the week as well, correct?
Yeah, it definitely is an amazing model.
Yeah. So let's chat about this. So first of all, let's take a look at some image generations of this, and then we'll chat about like why this is an amazing model. It looks phenomenal. This model's generation looks phenomenal. I could like this looks like an actual photograph.
This resolution is from the model?
Yes.
Bro, what is this?
Wait, what is this? Yeah.
Like 2K, 4K, what was that? Like, I mean, that's
this model
insane.
I think it was set to be 2K.
See,
Oh, it says here 4K mode up at the top of the tweet.
I think there's a 4K mode, at least in Replicate as well. And also, this is FOFR, our friend. He uses different techniques. So there's this prompting technique where you add img_2024.cr. Basically, if you add like an old iPhone format, when you used to export like a bunch of images from an iPhone, that's the naming was IMG, or even digital cameras. Most of these models were trained on a bunch of digital photos from the internet. So if you add this, they kind of start looking like the realistic pictures that people just used. So this is like a trick to get like very realistic images, and they look insane. Folks who are still listening to us, you have to go either to a newsletter or just like log into the video. These models look absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. So the TR2, that is a Canon RAW format. So basically, it means you want the Canon professional camera picture, and then that generates stuff like that because it has seen so many in the training data.
Wait, it's doing video too?
No. The video is you can add video afterwards, but what it does is generated images in 2K and 4K resolution. This shows the 6 image references that this model gets. 6 image references. I think this is the first ever model to get 6 image references. So you can look at this model, this female model that we're looking at in the image generation, and then this is the image references that they have. She wears a Bonjour white shirt. She wears green short pants. She has these like loafers, the loafers and some.
What do you mean 6 images input? What exactly are we looking at?
So,
I'm not sure that I get it.
Yeah, okay, so I'll show you. If you go to File and then you log in, because you need to log in. Let me log in.
This is how HGen works as well. You put in 6 images of product, right?
I don't think the HGen has 6, man. I think 6 is maybe, but like I think for image generation and image editing, 6 is a lot. So like these are reference images. So these models are image to image generations. You can edit images. Nano Banana, you can upload like 1 or 2 and say, hey, I want like this face on this body, etc. This here, you can like have a subject, like you, and then you say, I want like these glasses, holding this bag, wearing these clothes, and you can do up to 6, which is a lot for creatives, because creatives all they want is to generate some like very specific like looking scene. So let's take a look at some more. We have a capybara drinking a Monster energy drink.
Man, that's crazy.
This is crazy.
Crazy.
Look at the resolution on the Monster can is very high. Like the text gets garbled a little bit, but like generally this is absolutely insane. This looks like a comfy UI of somebody that has a very, very specific Seedream thing. So the secret to Seedream success, somebody posted. I love this account, by the way. I don't know how to pronounce this, but BDSQLSZ, definitely guys should give him a follow. This is a secret to Seedream for success. They use the custom RL model framework, reward dance, reward scaling and visual generation, max derivative to a 26 billion model. I don't know, folks. You want to comment on some of this infrastructure, Nistan, Yam, if you want to take a look?
Yeah, I was sending some of these images to a friend yesterday, and this is somebody like not somebody that necessarily works in image generation, but is involved in the AI space, and we've all seen AI generated images before, and are keeping up with the latest models. But this is like one of the first ones where I've shown a friend like the images, and even though I tell them it's AI, they're like, "Are you messing with me? Are you sure these are AI?" Like,
yeah, I'm looking at them right now. What you send is crazy. Like you just sent, Alex, if you can show it quickly, the link is crazy. There are incredible images over there.
Link. Yeah, go. Hold on. Definitely.
I'm not entirely sure what's the trick here, but
this is the CR2 trick, right? Yeah. Wow.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Man, this I wouldn't know. Like the previous, I wouldn't know.
I have stopped trying to know, honestly. I just stopped. Like some images, some images they look AI generated, but this is, this looks like a still from a movie for sure. And I've stopped like getting to the point where like I can claim that I know anything, because this absolutely looks absolutely ridiculous. So Seedream 4 and no, this is insane, absolutely insane. Folks who are just listening to us to Twitter Space, definitely try the video feed right now because it's super interesting. These generations, absolutely mind blowing. Thanks for sending this. For FR is an inspiration to us all. Yeah, this is the trick basically. So if you guys want the trick, you add this to your prompt, asking for these images, and you can add any number.
I sent one last link in the StreamYard.
All right, let's take a look.
Is this just scale is all you need maxing, or I mean, bro, we haven't seen anything like this.
Can we also talk about the fact that like this takes 1.8 seconds? We just waited 300 seconds for this image here, right? And this like Seedream takes 1.8 seconds. This is nearly real time with these folks say 99% consistency. Yeah, these images are absolutely slapping for real.
Alex, on file, I'm looking at that thing generates like a full page of text in an image. Like it's writing a long, huge recipe for something all in the image itself. Maybe I'll show you. Like, look at this. One moment. Look at these.
If any of you have a file account set up with credits and you want to like generate something live real quick.
Yeah, I do have. I just need to log in super quick. But,
okay,
sure. I'm show your stuff. I'll go log in.
Yeah, look at this. It's like it's an image and everything like with the recipe written inside the image. And that's crazy. And that's just crazy. We don't know anything about the model itself, right? By the way, everyone looking, these are images. This is not a text generation model. This is an image generating pixels.
I don't even see typos.
It got the font perfect. What the?
Yeah, what is this thing?
I don't see any typos.
Oh, dude. Oh, okay. I need this. But is this on file? Okay.
Yeah, that's on
right
file.
now?
That's on file. Yeah.
Is it expensive? What's the price?
Only 3 cents per image.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's like 30 images per dollar.
You guys know what's funny? Fal, so I can show this on Fal super quick. Let me enter stage. Let me remove your screen for super quick. Okay. I'm on Fal right now, and the Fal presets for the image size, they're like they're way smaller than the resolution of the image that actually allows for resolution. So like you have to, if you want the 4K resolution, you have to like go 4K resolution. You have to go and input then like this yourself, like this, and then I think it allows it for. Let's see.
On the API page, they say that the image width and height maximum is 4096.
4096
is the max. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know if it's 4096 by 4096 or?
Yeah, both direct dimensions.
Let me see if I can also go into replicate. I think I'm also in replicate.
This is. Man,
the
they are
FAL
leading.
thing.
They are leading. Absolutely. ByteDance are leading image generation.
Okay, this is definitely more than 2 seconds. Let's.
Yes, but the thing is,
Yeah.
I noticed that FAL, when you do the playground, they don't immediately start like generating.
Oh,
for
they
you.
queue
So
it
like,
up.
I'm like in some sort of queue. Yes, I was like, I was looking at this and saying, this is definitely longer than they promised. But no, they just literally just like queue me up. So let me try and replicate. I think I have a setup in replicate. I'm gonna use the same prompt as we had before with the poster, with the energetic blah 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 blah. Size 4K, aspect resolution, blah blah blah. Yeah, you can go up to. Yeah, you can go up to like 4K. Let's go up here, and let's go up here. Just a random resolution. Let's see. Run. This is replicate.
Run.
Look for replicate. Wow,
Remember
FAL.
when we all saw how many GPUs ByteDance bought? Remember when you all talked about the number of GPUs ByteDance has?
Yes.
Well, this is the result.
And this is our result, and I think the generation was very quick. Let's take a look. FAL shows how quick this is.
They definitely have them. Like it's.
Oh yeah.
They have GPUs.
Yeah. And NYC, Bright Ambitions, On Every Dream, the taxi, the Bob. Yeah, this looks exactly like we wanted. And here's another one that took super quick on replicate. This took 30 seconds, not 2 seconds, but I'm pretty sure like we waited for a little bit. Yeah, folks, the resolution is insane. This image is huge. Look at this, 4096. What? I'm blown away. And okay, so let's add to the thing that the image generation model that we saw before, the Hunyon image, is only image generation. This model generates images, like we saw beautiful images. It also edits. Like you can use the same model and say, hey, I want a different text right now. So let's actually show this right now, because I think the image editing is very important. So what we're gonna do, we'll save this image super quick, and then we're gonna go back to replicate, and then
many models have limitations for image editing if you have people in it or something. I think Google is very strict about people, or especially children.
Definitely.
So this is a Chinese model. It may be less restricted.
So let's put my face in there.
Okay, question. Nano Banana, you can use turn by turn on Gemini. I suppose that there is an official platform for this one where I can go and play with it and do image editing, and not just on FAL or replicate and so on. Do we know anything like this? So we can go head-to-head comparisons. I guess not.
No,
yeah, not that I know of.
No.
Maybe they have their own official platform. I usually go to FAL because you get any model there. It's like open router for image models.
Yes, FAL is like open router. Right now I'm running this on replicate just because I think the queue is a little bit shorter than replicate. Folks, what I did, I took the same image that we just generated with the woman in the NYC. I uploaded another image of myself, and I said, replace the woman with an animate version of the man in glasses in this image. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing myself in a character on the street. And it should take us a little bit, because again, the highlight here is this image is both the image generation and image editing, which not a lot of images are image editing. Quen just released an image editing model, but I think that this is the let's go. Okay,
Nice.
this is now me with the weights of, guys, this is crazy. Okay. This is my literal thing. It used my weights and biases kind of. Can I zoom in here? Yeah. Look, it understood this tiny thing, weights as, like, it doesn't show weights and biases because of the fold, but
That's
and also
crazy.
this image is black and white, but it took it, and this is literally my coat, and it did like the whole weights and biases thingy here. Me with sunglasses, with the glasses, and in NYC. I'm very impressed right now. I'm very, very impressed. This is crazy, and the resolution here is 4K. This is insane. Absolutely insane. 4096 on 372. What else to be said here? We are blown away. Let's see the fact.
It's a very distinct style compared to Nano Banana. So I've been using both, and yeah, it's interesting that it is even with the same prompts, it's still its own interpretation. And I found the characters in the images I generated were very lively, very expressed a lot of emotion, which with the same prompt was not happening with Nano Banana, for example. That was very interesting to see.
So this is, let me open this again. So again, folks, this is the original image that I did, and then I sent an image of me, and this is it replacing myself in the image, and it looks like nothing else has changed. Look, the font is almost exactly the same. Like it moved a little bit of dimensions, but yeah, wow, I'm very, very impressed. What else to say? How you can play with this model? It's on FAL, it's on Replicate, it's on probably ByteDance Dreamina website is ByteDance as well, right? It's probably coming to freaking TikTok in a second, and it generates like super quick. Not 2 seconds. I haven't seen 2-second generation yet, but like it's definitely faster. Like it took maximum like 30 seconds with the queue on Replicate. So this model is something else. And then you can animate these models.
Think about how long that quick demo you just did, how long it would have taken a year or two ago if you had to go into Photoshop and clone it and do a lot of editing and stuff like that. And now we are seconds away and get such quality. It's amazing, isn't it?
Amazing.
Bro, I used Nano Banana for so many things already, like real things in real life, because it's so good. That's crazy.
So folks are asking which model this is. So again, we were looking all this time at Seedream 4 from ByteDance. Seedream 4 is available on FAL and on Replicate, and it's an image editing model as well. So you can give it reference images, and it's a 4K resolution one, so it generates like very big images, super quick. Very, very impressed. I will leave this. We'll move forward because we have a little bit of time to talk about everything else. But I'll leave this to you as a trick. I saw someone, because the image is 4K resolution, you can use this as an upscaler. So you can generate like your stuff with Nano Banana, take that image, put it inside this the Seedream 4, and say upscale this image, and you'll get the same image, but like with high resolution. You literally can use an image editor as an upscaler. So go forth and use that. And I think it's super cool.
That is a great workflow. If you generate the image in small with it, so you don't have to use up as many credits, and then you can upscale it with the same model, and it should, with the same prompt, just upscale it. It should be very, very close to the original.
Oh, looks like LJ gave us a link to this.
Example, to upscaling example,
Yeah.
ByteDance, how the hell did you even train on 4K? Like seriously, and at the same time you have these other team, the Hunyang, releasing world models. Like, bruh.
Folks, let's take a look at this.
How do you
This is
do
beautiful.
this? Like,
this is the prompt. Creatively upscale cat to 32K super resolution, natural lighting, ultra fine natural skin, blah blah blah. This is the before. This is a famous meme where there's a cat.
They're not showing the screen right now.
We don't see.
I am not sharing the screen. My bad. Sorry, folks. 1 second. Oh yeah. Okay. This is the prompt. Creatively upscale cat to 32K super resolution, natural lighting, ultra fine natural skin, hair, fur, scene details, realistic details, blah blah blah. The before is this famous meme of a cat notification that comes that says the person tried to unlock your phone. It's like a blurred image of a cat looking at your screen, and this is the upscaled version. This is ridiculous. absolutely ridiculous, the difference here. Like, I get why. Like, this model is the native 4K, right? So it's just like it regenerates all the pixels, but still using this model as an upscaler, as greater upscaler, is a great use case. So folks, you can get this model everywhere in File Replicate. If any of the File Replicate folks want to give us credits to give out on Thursday, we're game. We're down to give out credits, so we should chat. But I think from this image model, let's move on to what you can do with this. And as Nistan, you asked me before, is this model also animates video? No, but there's so many video models right now that take an image, and even lately, Juan and some other folks, they take an image of the first frame and the last frame. And what folks did with Nano Banana, what folks can do now with Seedream is kind of take an image and say, from this image, generate some final scene, whatever, and then use this as a first frame and last frame. So like actually like use these models to animate the thing. There's now a new video model that I can't wait to show you guys. It's super cool. It's called Lucy, and I think Lucy was already released. So from the folks at Descartes, Lucy 5B I think was like a source. Yeah, you remember this, right? Listen,
Lucy. I downloaded it, but I didn't run it. I think.
So that was open source. This release is a 14B, and this is the fastest image to video model that I've seen. Let's take a look at this Lucy Descartes. I'm going to share my screen because you can see this. This is Descartes AI. This is an Israeli company that also does OSs and some other stuff as well. This is Lucy 14b. This is they call it creativity without the weight, and this is a very nice like video model. The highlight here, the absolute highlight here is like this is like a very big model. The highlight here is speed. This is a state-of-the-art resolution. Speed generation. You can look at this chart that we're looking at, and they have image to video models, and they have Runways Gen 4, VO3 Fast, 2.2, which is an open source 14B model as well, CDense 1, 2.5B, and then Lucy 14B and Lucy 5B. So Lucy 14B shows around 6 seconds, 6.25 seconds to generate a 5-second video, while Runway Gen 4 takes 69 seconds to generate a 5-second video. VO3 Fast, which is the fastest version of VO, they don't have VO here, gets 54 seconds to generate 8 seconds. So a significant improvement. And
how much? Like it's less than the video itself?
It's almost less. So the 5 billion parameter one is near real time because it takes 3 seconds to generate 5 seconds of video. But Lucy 14B takes 6.2 seconds to generate a 5-second video. So nearly less than the video itself. And it is an image. It's an image to video. So like we can save this image, and then we can animate this. Let's see if we can animate this guy.
What about I mean, that's impressive, 100%. What about accuracy? Like, how good is it?
Yeah. So accuracy on video models. Ooh, what? We had an error. Accuracy on video models is difficult to judge, especially if they don't release evals. And they did not release evals. But like just from the looks of it, the videos look dope. I had some issues with this, so I did generate some videos. And again, folks, when we test this out on FAL, it's done.
Nice.
It's done.
Okay, nearly.
The text is getting screwed a little bit, right? So like the text cohesion is not there, but like it generated this in 12 seconds, including the cue, and it generated like 5 seconds from my image of me walking around Times Square. I didn't really give it any instructions, so like I'm assuming you can give it instructions. A camera pan.
It looks like it cropped it
left. And yes, because my image is not 16:9, so I gave it like a square image. A camera pans to the left and a...
Alex, can we try Grok with this also?
What do you mean Grok?
Grok of Papa Elon.
No, you mean like Grok Image Gen or
Grok Video Gen?
The video gen.
Grok Video Gen is only on their app, right? It's not available on web, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember. If folks can correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember that the Grok is available on app. I haven't seen Grok Video on desktop. Oh no, it's here. Grok Imagine. Sure. Let's try that as well. Let's do upload a file, and we'll upload this guy, and then the prompt will be, let's compare. A camera pans to the left and a polar bear wearing the same hoodie.
Unless we don't see any of the same.
Man. Hold on 1 second. You don't see my screen. My bad. Like this.
Okay.
So I will add. So I'm gonna add this image that we just generated with Seedream, like with me on Times Square, and then the prompt will be a camera pans to the left and a polar bear wearing the same hoodie as the man shows up in sunglasses. All right. So just like we'll see just prompt adherence, and we're gonna do the same thing with. Grok already animated this without waiting for me even. Let me upload the file and give it a prompt like this. Oh, it doesn't look like I can prompt Grok. Grok just uploads an image, just animates this immediately without asking me for any prompts.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's compare.
Nice, man.
This
wow.
Is, this is this could be better, the instructions here, but Grok is also animating fairly fast and without any prompting.
No text jittering.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to see if the text is fine, but yeah.
Yeah, so I will say, Yam, this is a great call out. The folks at XAI releasing the the images, the AI we're going to talk about. But also they just released like a video model and super quick as well. It's really, really fast to generate images in Grok. So the claim that these folks with Lucy, they may have not tested Grok as a video generator, and Grok is fairly fast. Right, so you cannot use this model as a downloaded model. It's exclusively via FAL served right now, so you cannot use this model anywhere else. They did open source the Lucy 5B, like Nissen said, so we may see this model. We may see this model go in open source. Anything else here, folks, before we move on? No. Somebody says they definitely have a one more RTF version because they've been doing these generative games too. Yeah, we should probably mention the Oasis one. Wolfram, you want to take us through Oasis super quick?
Yeah. Did I send you a link already?
So
you can bring it up on the screen?
Yeah, let's see. I can find it. So
otherwise I will send it again.
The same company was famous a couple of weeks ago when we talked about them because they released Oasis, which is like a generative real-time gaming thing. Let me go find it super quick.
Yeah, I put the link in our private chat.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
The card AI.
Yeah, the cool thing about this is, like you just said, the generation is almost real time. And if you get it real time, you can just animate what is on your screen. And in this case, they even made a Minecraft mod. So you could not just do it on the web page, but you could actually do it in the game. I haven't tested it yet. But yeah, I imagine that we will get a lot more like this for different games and stuff. Imagine playing the old Tomb Raider and it looks like it is a movie or something. So yeah.
So they actually have a Minecraft mod that you can install on Minecraft to actually go and play with this. But let's play the desktop demo that they have. And you can look around and you can break things and place things. Okay, so it's me walking through Minecraft, and then they have this feature called auto prompt. And then, so this is a steampunk auto prompt. It doesn't look like steampunk. Okay, this. Do you guys see my screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So this is now. They're like, ooh. Okay. This is Minecraft in futuristic city. I like this. This is super cool. This
is cool. Yeah.
And this is the 30 frames per second. I'm literally just jumping, and the responsiveness is very, very high.
Oh, is that lightning? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I saw like a lightning thing hit. Call of Duty.
What model is that? Wait, like, what did we just? I mean, we moved to what is this, Alex?
Okay, I'm moving too fast. Yam, this is Oasis 2.0. This is a real-time gameplay modulation on top of Minecraft, also from Descartes AI. This is like a game enhancer thing. You can install this thing as a mod to Minecraft. You can play your Minecraft mod and then add like whatever prompt you want. We can do the demo again, and this time in the demo I don't want auto prompt. I don't know how to cancel auto prompt, but
it's kind of like a time consistency style transfer being applied to every single frame in real time.
Yeah. Can we change the prompt here? I don't know if I can change the prompt myself.
Yeah, look, there are keys on the bottom. With P, you can turn auto prompt on and off, and you can use the square brackets to.
Oh yeah, you could switch to next prompt or previous prompt with.
I see. Okay, so let's do futuristic city. Yeah, this is crazy cool, and I can build. P, I can build. I can place things. I can place cubes here. I'm not a big Minecraft player, but yeah, this definitely looks like they are completely changing the game to something entirely else, and the consistency is fairly quick because like I can turn around. Yeah, it kicks me off. I think it gives me like 30 seconds, but this is also Descartes AI. So they're, I would say, a big new contender in the world of generative images out of almost nowhere. Very serious folks as well. Yam, I think you know some of the folks involved. I'm not sure, right? And some other folks, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
With another lab. But yeah, very serious folks in Descartes, and shout out to them. Hopefully we'll bring them to the show at some point.
Imagine if this were put in a video driver, if NVIDIA had that in their NVIDIA driver and you could play every game. We have seen that about GTA, the old one, where they took some videos and rendered it. Imagine being live and you can just play the old games with the graphics that makes them look like a movie. That would be so cool.
I would love to play old games. The graphics will make them look like a movie, like Tomb Raider.
Run
All right,
everything.
folks, we're here
Super
for
resolution. Super resolution.
Super
Don't go far, man.
Yeah.
You just want super resolution with this. It's more than enough. It's mind-blowing enough. It's crazy. These things are crazy.
All right, folks, we are now exactly in 1 hour and 30 minutes. We have so much more to talk about, so stay with us. For now, though, I would want to go to this week's buzz, a category of weights and biases of Thursday, where I talk about weights and biases, the sponsor of the show. And I have some super exciting updates for you, so let's get into it.
In this week's buzz, we tell you all about weights and biases. Weights and biases.
Welcome to this week's buzz, where I give you updates about everything that happens at Weights and Biases from CoreWeave. And this week we have a few very, very exciting announcements. So I'll just start super quick. I'll share my screen here. The first announcement that we have is that we are on OpenRouter, folks. OpenRouter is this incredible kind of like router for everything in AI, and they basically give you fallbacks on quota. If you get stuck on one provider, they kind of fall back to another provider. So we are now also on there. If you search for weights and biases in OpenRouter, you'll see that we're serving at peak. I think we served already like almost 1 billion tokens in September 9th when we launched, and we're serving like 500 million already today. I think we serve like 500 million tokens in models like GPT-OSS and DeepSeek and GPT-OSS 20B. So this is the model list that we currently have on OpenRouter. We have DeepSeek 3.1, which is just recently came out. We have GPT-OSS 120B and 20B, Qwen 3 Coder, which is a great model, 480 billion parameters, not something you can run on your Mac like very, very easily. And then also we're serving Llama 3.3 Instruct. The upcoming models to OpenRouter, we're going to do Kimi K2 and we're going to do GLM 4.5. Speaking of GLM, if you go to 1b.me/inference, which is our inference page, you will see that we've added a new model as well. Yay! Once we load, we added ZAI's GLM 4.5. This is the model came out back in July. We told you about this model back when it came out. It's a 32 billion active parameter, almost 350 billion total parameters with 131 context window. It was released in July, and since it was released in July, and they presented a few kind of like evaluations for this model became kind of like a darling of folks. So if you look at this in on OpenRouter, you can see the activity of this model just like keeps rising, and like it hit like a very huge 20 billion parameter on OpenRouter recently. Tons of people use this model for coding, and so we are listening to you folks, and we decided to host this model as well at less than almost like $0.50 for 1 million tokens per input, and then $2 per 1 million tokens on output. You can use this model as with the OpenAI standard API, as you see here. All you need to do is change the base URL and take the API key from your weights and biases release, and on sign up, all of you get $2 credit. But if you go to our release on X on weights and biases and you comment, I believe, let's see, I believe Buzz is the word that you need to comment, but you need to go and check. You will get into a raffle, and we may give you a little bit more context. This is our release schedule, release thread. I will definitely add this to the show notes as well. This model is really good at tool use and calling. It's taking a very high score on the SWE rebench update. Let's see, GLM 4.5 is number 4. Following Claude Sonnet, GPT-5, and GPT-5. So this is like one of the higher scoring coding models, definitely the best open source on different things. So if you are using this in different coding scenarios, you can use this one, and it's a very significantly good model. Comparisons to Qwen 3 Coder, for example, 80%, according to them, according to the ZAI, 80% of folks prefer this model, 50% prefer it on top of Kimi, and around 40% of folks prefer it on top of Cloud 4 Sonnet. Given that Cloud 4 Sonnet is being nerfed a little bit lately, and this open source model will not get changed weights, I promise you, because we don't change weights. Then you can trust this model as a fallback. So GLM 4.5 up on weights and biases inference, and weights and biases inference is up on OpenRouter. Those are the two updates that I have for you. The last update I have, and this was announced already, and I think we said congratulations last week. Well, shout out again, the folks from OpenPipe are officially joining Weights and Biases CoreWeave. So that's Kyle Corbett and David Corbett and the rest of the team. They already started. I already see them in my Slack. So it's great to have our whole platform. We already mentioned this before, but I just want to celebrate this again. Our whole platform is becoming very RL focused as well. So you'll be able to do end-to-end fine-tuning, tracking of your experiments, and then tracing of your LLM models, and then also evaluating and also running inference, all on one cohesive platform. So I'm very, very excited to share with you those updates, and as next week I'll show you some more exciting updates. That's pretty much it with this week's buzz, and I think we will move on to big companies' APIs, yeah? Yep.
In this week's buzz, we tell you all about weights and biases. Weights and biases.
We have a question from Raymond in the chat saying, Wolfram Niston, have you done Claude Code on GLM 4.5 yet?
Yeah, it's the best one.
Yep.
There you go.
Tell us.
You use that. Even the Air one worked.
GLM 4.5 Air is a small one.
Yeah, I liked GLM one the best, not because it gave better code or it fixed it. I still trust Quen with that, but it is the tool calling. It's the best tool caller.
Yeah.
That's really.
Yeah.
Wolfram, you remember?
Just use it. I don't know what else to say.
Wolfram, you remember the VLLM config that Olaf, also a listener of the pod, posted? Should we tell people about how to actually do this? So, folks, if you use Claude Code and you don't want Anthropic to nerf it for you, there is a way to use different models in Claude Code, and the way is by there's multiple ways actually. And I think the easiest one is a friend of the pod, Olaf, posted for us and tagged us as well. Wolfram, if you can cover. You also have a method that go like fairly wild that you did, and then like Olaf did like a very simple one, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same method actually, just he improved it further. And basically VLLM, I'm saying, Light LLM is a proxy you can use. Though you use that as in Claude Code, you give it a URL where it finds a model, and you use that, and it translates the calls, and you can use any model, for example, on OpenRouter or local models and so on. So you can do that. Alex can put it in the show notes again. And the thing is, just make sure that the context is big enough, of course, and that the model is strong with tool calling. So GLM 4.5, because it's so good in the tool calling, is a good replacement for, maybe even Opus, but definitely for Sonnet. And we are reaching a point where you can really choose different models. Like Codex has become very popular now, and GPT-5 is being used a lot by now. Yeah. And you have a lot of options, especially if you want to replace the official ones if the coding agent doesn't support it. I will see if it will be interesting to see if Claude Anthropic will do something to prevent that in the future, because it's so easy now. The Chinese providers even have endpoints that you don't even need a proxy for. Yeah. And there are proxy projects on GitHub. So it's even easier. You don't even need Light LLM if you want to go that way. There are different ways. And you can just replace the model and use your agent you are familiar with.
Yeah, so I couldn't super quickly find this, but I'll definitely add this to the show notes. And we did so before with Light LLM running locally. You can just like fake the 3 models that Claude Code has and just like send them to any OpenAI compatible API, including weights and biases inference, by the way. So if you want to do this, might as well do this with the GLM 4.5 that we just posted on WB Inference, and talk to me if you need some more credits for that. But yeah, you can use GPT-5 if you want inside Claude Code, if you don't like the Codex thing. I will say, Jan, we talked about this last week. The movement away from Claude Code into Codex is significant. I hear more and more people. I'm here in Seattle. I met like multiple folks that tell me, hey, I love Cloud Code. I used to like do everything there, and now I'm moving to Codex. So like I viscerally feel this, and some of this is because of GPT-5. Some of this is because our next topic of conversation, Anthropic nerfing Cloud Code, and then after like 3 weeks acknowledging this and finally fixing this. Listen, you talked about this in the beginning. They finally fixed something. So for I know like 2 weeks or something, people have been complaining about Cloud Code being nerfed, Cloud Code being worse. People always complain. We've been doing this for 2.5 years, more than 2.5 years. I like literally every cycle, the model gets out, there's a lot of hype, this is the best model ever. And then after a while, people are like, oh no, they nerfed it. And so it's a very easy, cheap trick to get like engagement online, right? Like we know this. But in this case, like many people complained this, and now we have a confirmation from Anthropic. They apologized last week. They said why. And now there's 2 bug fixes that they claim that they found, and they actually posted publicly that they're going to fix those, vindicating the folks who are yelling and saying, hey, during daytime they're trying to reduce the pricing by probably, we don't know why, they didn't say why, but like apparently quantization issues or some serving issues, they're significantly trying to lower this. Another point to that, I saw a tweet from, I want to say Matt Schumer, also a friend of ours, that he's spending like a week or 2 in Japan or something. So basically the opposite side of working hours than we. And he says basically since he moved there, and Cloud Code is significantly better during daytime than Cloud Code is during daytime here. So some quantization, degradation of, let me say, stupidification of Cloud Code is happening during daytime to reduce load. Nistan, but it's back now? You said like since they fixed it in the beginning?
It seemed better, but at this point, look, there's many things. It could be them themselves. We can't confirm this. We just speculate. We do know for sure that they are running stuff on different chips, and we do know that the matrix multiplies on different chips cause different error rates with the Hessian and how the rows and columns are multiplying, accumulate. This is pretty basic stuff in the LLM field. If you move to a different chip, you're going to get a different error rate. It happens with Llama CP, it happens with everything. So it is very likely that if they're running it in FP4 on something like, if I were to speculate, an Amazon chip, it could be very likely that the matrix multiplies are kind of bad on that, or it just like accumulates too much errors, and they might show up fine on the benchmarks, but even the tiny little error rate from the benchmarks at longer context, which is what people use Claude at, because you fill it all the way in Cloud Code, then that really gets bad. It gets a lot worse at longer context. So this is what a lot of people say, always be compacting, just to kind of avoid that issue, because you don't know what chips the thing is running on. Again, we're speculating on it, but there's a lot of evidence to make it plausible of a speculation. So, yeah. I'm just glad they finally admitted it. I appreciate that they admitted it. I don't appreciate the developers just gaslighting people. Like, I'm not going to name them, but they know who they are. Just that is absolute BS. Like, have you tried to use it from someone else? I mean, maybe yours is fine. Yours is probably fine. But
yeah, you're right? on that sweet Anthropic owned like inference. They probably don't degrade you. Yeah.
So that's extremely frustrating. Don't love that. Pretending that people are just dumb and don't notice things, because it's simply not true. Like, that's just don't.
They didn't even tell us what the error were, right? They said they fixed the bugs, but never mentioned what the bugs were.
No, they just mentioned the effect of the bugs were like Cloud Opus and Cloud Sonnet got like degraded intelligence. All right, folks, we have 18-ish minutes, and we have a bunch more to cover. Speaking of Anthropic also launched the code interpreter thing. So now Claude can create files, and we should at least mention this. Shout out to Simon Wilson, who found out that it's not only just burying the lead here. It's not only create and edit files. There's a whole environment, and the Claude Code can now like launch for you and do like a bunch of transformations with files, turn that into insights, build spreadsheets. Like, we know code interpreter mode aka advanced analysis mode, whatever in ChatGPT, has been there for over a year and a half, since me and Nista and some other folks tried to jailbreak that significantly and actually have it train other models, but like finally Claude has now its own computer. So as famously, Claude has had like the artifacts thing where you can like generate apps, but those are like front-end apps and like sandbox environment front-end, like maybe only. Now they have like a full computer there. You can probably run Python and do some cool things. And that's it on Anthropic. Besides the
It also has an update on the app. I didn't see any announcement from Anthropic, but I got a notification today on the Claude app that it can connect to your things on your device. It can send you notifications like ChatGPT. It can look into your calendar and so on. I just saw it this morning, played with it for a couple of minutes, but I haven't seen any announcement from Anthropic. Maybe it's buried in this announcement, but I just want to mention it's also on the Claude app, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. The better products are like independently from the quality intelligence of the models, the better products definitely help multiple folks. Speaking of better products, the next thing we absolutely should talk about and show people how to actually do is ChatGPT supporting MCP. And if I had my home studio, I would hit the let's go button like multiple times right now, because folks, MCP, Model Context Protocol, is a standard we've talked to you about multiple times. I think we all got MCP built super quick back in March this year, and then we saw like incredible adoption for this protocol from pretty much everyone. And the thing you want with standardized protocols is adoption. This is like the number one thing that you want, because you can come up with a standardized protocol all you want, but if nobody adopts it, then like it's meaningless basically. So we do have a standardized adoption now from Google and from Anthropic, obviously, because they created the protocol, and now we have for a while we already knew the OpenAI supports it, but now we have an actual adoption there. So let's take a look at how this looks and how to enable this, right? Let me see if my ChatGPT is open here. Yes, it is.
Accelerate.
Yes. Okay. So, folks, what you want to do, if you want to use MCP on ChatGPT, what you need to do is to find the advanced developer settings. But before this, you need an MCP server of some sort. I can recommend one, but Yam can recommend one as well. There's a bunch. If you go to Smithery, for example, they have a bunch of MCPs. Let's use Access Search. No, I don't want to use Access Search. I need something without a YouTube toolbox for AI system with powerful tools.
Go to the Thinkg. If they host a server for the Thinkg.
This one's sequential thinking?
Yeah, if they have it hosted and running. If not, you can go with GitHub MCP.
Oh yeah,
and
GitMCP.
That's a good one.
MCP IO, and then GitMCP basically gives you any GitHub repo as an MCP command. So
I actually had some trouble with this, because if you use an MCP that is the same that they have their own connectors, it always wanted to go with the built-in connector, because they have GitHub, Gmail, Google Calendar, and so built-in. But you can try it. But I did have some issues.
I actually have one configured here, and this is we go. So folks, just who are just listening, you go to ChatGPT now. You go to settings, and then connectors, and then in connectors you have advanced settings below. You have to scroll down, and then settings. You have to turn developer mode on. Developer mode on allows you to add unverified connectors, basically MCP servers that you can add. They can modify erase data permanently, and they warn you to use it at your own risk. I used Rube. Rube is from Rube.app. Rube.app. I think it's, let's see who this is. This is from, I think, is this Smithery as well? It's from Composio. Sorry, Composio. So Composio is also like a data center for MCPs. Rube is kind of their like MCP server of MCP servers, right? And you can install this. They already have instructions of how to install this in ChatGPT in developer mode. You basically just like grab this MCP URL, you add this to, you basically go back to ChatGPT, create a new browser connection, and name the tool. I already have this, so I won't like go through it. And then you have this connector. How to actually use this You can refresh the tools. You can see there's a Rube create parent multi-execute tool. What I like about Rube is that it uses it goes to X. So you need to go to ChatGPT after you enable this, and then maybe it's not working on Pro. Like where's my developer mode? Oh, here. Okay, yeah. So it doesn't work on 5 Pro. Like it works on 5 Auto. You hit the plus. You go to more. You go to developer mode, and then you can select the MCP. It's quite complex to do, but now you can say, hey Rube, what are the last 5 tweets from @Nisten? And because I already connected the Rube will like pull up the connect your Twitter account, and it will call the tool. It says, hey, use this tool. We're gonna confirm. Because everything MCP is tool calling, so you need to make sure that like you know what you're doing. We're gonna confirm this, and we're gonna wait.
On the web app, man. That's
Yes.
amazing.
So I'm literally in ChatGPT app, and it's calling something else entirely via this MCP format. It's gonna wait for a second, calling tool API, and then we'll get 5 of the last Nisten tweets supposedly after a second.
Oh
Come
God,
on.
are you sure you won? Okay.
The people need to know who.
I mean, they
they're
know
watching.
it's the same audience.
Is it safe for work?
It's
Here's the
enough.
last 5 tweets from Nisten, folks. Nisten confirmed this is one of your last ones. Yes? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Wow. Okay, this is a little bit too good.
Yeah. So this works. This works. Would you like to grab the next 5? No. So generally, this is
Let's go.
Rube gives you like the ability to do this, and then like
Okay.
now it's very easy to add to ChatGPT.
I like this, but I don't like it.
You don't like the fact that we used you as an example. You mean?
Well, it found the last replies, not just posts.
Well, yeah, but like the point was to show that the tool used via MCP works, not necessarily the tool
Okay.
itself. I will also say, ChatGPT now supports this. I don't know about the desktop app, but I usually know that like once you start something on the web app, you continue in the desktop app, it kind of works as well. So there you go, folks. ChatGPT now supports MCP. It's super cool, and there's like a bunch of flavored MCP for you to try and work with it.
Oh,
MCP just won. MCP won. That's
MCP
bottom
has
line.
won, yes.
MCP won.
Yeah.
we are all MCP people by now.
Yeah.
But just keep in mind that it takes a lot of context, and ChatGPT has 200K, so if you enable 5 of those, you lose half the context probably.
Yeah. So you have to actually like physically enable one after another. Alrighty, folks. So this was ChatGPT MCP. Let's move on and see what else we have. We wanted to chat about. LDJ. I think you mentioned Replet's Agent v3. You wanna cover this?
Yeah. So here, I mean, if you just want to, here, I'll send a link to the main page here.
Yeah.
We should watch
Right.
that because it's pretty.
Actually, I think the Twitter thread maybe gives some more info.
I
but
saw
it's
the
essentially-
announcement, but I didn't see the
Yeah.
video. Everybody like very very happy about the video. I think that the main highlight there, Replit also like raised around C, but Replit Agent. I've actually used Replit Agent. I was very very impressed with it before. Literally my year passed, and I literally just now got kicked off the Replit plan as they announced Agent version 3. But they're supposedly running for like 300 minutes or something crazy like this, right? That's the highlight there.
200 minutes, yeah. Which is a little over 3 hours. And here, I guess I could just send you the link directly to
Yeah.
this video, and
Yeah.
it's just a 2-minute video if we want to play that.
We want to give Amjad this honor of playing his whole announcement. Okay.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, sure. I guess we could summarize them.
Yeah,
what
I will
countries
just
is that?
summarize this. This is the METR
not sharing right
model
now.
release date versus like how long the AIs can run for, and this.
We don't see when you don't see, Alex.
Oh, my
Show
bad,
us.
my bad. Here you go.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Let's look at this.
And
Yeah,
basically
so
just a very long horizon, like Devin.
Yeah, so METR is organization that tracks kind of like the length of execution of agents, and that seems to be doubling every 7 months. and they're showing a projected like 15 minutes agent runs, and then 1 hour agent runs, and then like 4 hours. So now they show that like the Replit agent is like actually going faster in as an autonomous agent run. Agent V1 used to run for 2 minutes, Agent V2 for 20 minutes, and now Agent V3 is running for 200 minutes autonomously, checks its own work and does like all of the bunch of stuff. And this is like significantly faster than the METR kind of like thing. So Agent V3 is launched on Replit, and you guys are more than welcome to trying this. It generates its own agents, and agents can work with you in Slack. Super cool. I really enjoyed Replit's agent back when I used it, when I used to pay for this, and it was really dope for creating websites. Now it can check its own work and do a bunch of like database stuff. Really, really, really cool. What else should we cover on big companies before we move on? I think we just have voice and audio left, which we haven't covered, and we have like 4 things in there. But big companies, we talked about the investment in Oracle and OpenAI a little bit. We talked about OpenAI stuff, Anthropic stuff. I think we're good.
There was an investment in Mistral.
Yes, this is the last thing. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Wolfram, for reminding me. Folks, Mistral AI, Europe's number one, probably
So
Europe's
just
number one company.
Realized that the ASML is a new shake of Europe at this point.
Yeah.
Because they just threw.
Yeah.
So let's talk about
They
this.
have the whole
Mistral is now a decacorn worth 13 point something billion dollars in dollars, but like I think like 10-ish in euros. Where's my Mistral gets? Yeah, let's look at the blog thing super quick. You guys can see this, but you'll see this in a second. Mistral, where's my? There you go. ASML pumped 1.3 billion euros in Mistral's AI, 1.7 billion euro funding round as the lead investor. ASML is the Dutch chip giant. So ASML is, for those who don't know, and folks who know about the Taiwanese plans to generate, the GPUs, ASML creates the machines. I think lithography machines, right? If I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
that the Taiwanese company uses to then create chips for NVIDIA, right? So like ASML is like at the beginning of that and those machines are like ridiculously huge and expensive, and so ASML is the beginning of that pipeline process. Like without them, there's no chips and wafers, and without them, there's no like GPUs. ASML is a Dutch company. They've been generating those machines for a while, and like Nissan said, they're becoming the Europe's sheiks. They have invested, and the lead investor and the major owner in Mistral AI now, and I think they're owned by French people or something in like Dutch French people. What else, Wolfram? What else do we know about ASML?
11% did they get ownership of Mistral through that and place on the board, a seat. So they get to influence it. And what is also interesting is that the Bank of America recommended them to do this, which is funny in a way, that the Americans tell the Europeans how to get more sovereignty that way.
Yeah. So, this is the news about Mistral, basically, and shout out to them. Great job. Like, I remember when Mistral just launched, and we were like, whoa, why is this company with nothing to show for gets like a 300 million seed round or whatever, like a crazy amount. And then they showed us why, because Mistral, like, released like multiple great models and keeps like being Europe's choice, and now it looks like the investment was a very sound investment for many folks, and those folks built Llama, and then they left, and some of them left DeepMind.
So they are the third pillar in a wave of AI, open source AI. We have the Americans, we have the Chinese, and we have Mistral.
Yes.
There's not much else here. Maybe some UPEC or something, but those are the big parts of the world that are doing it. I'm always surprised that the Japanese aren't doing anything much on the radar.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of from Japan, and not a lot from Israel as well. Like just recently, we saw some things in Israel from Descartes AI and some other folks.
Well, there was Jamba But
Yeah,
then,
that's true. Like AI21 did some research, but like
Yeah, right.
they're not like doing state-of-the-art research as far as I saw, or at least releases. All right, folks, we have just but a few minutes, and then to run super quick through the audio stuff. Let me open them super quick. I want to like actually play some for you. So the first thing that we need to tell you about, very important, Qwen 3 OSR Flash was released. This is a Whisper competitor from Qwen, which very, very interesting release on their part. This is a automatic speech recognition model, and then it has auto language detection, very standard for ASR, 9 languages, so 11 languages in total: English, Chinese, but also German and Spanish and French and Japanese and Korean and Russian and others. It detects songs and raps and under 8% word error rate. Works in noise and low quality far field microphones. I actually tested that. They have a Hugging Face demo, and I tested talking very slowly, very fast in Russian to see like that it detects it, and it does detect it. It's pretty cool. I haven't tried the code switching, so I haven't tried like speaking English and Russian and see if it works. We can actually try it now super quick, and then yeah, let's do. But my microphone quality now is like very high, so can I not record? Oh, I need to allow. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Посчитай, пожалуйста. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. I wasn't very clear in this, but let's send it with auto detect and then see. You can also provide context, which is great for like names. It thought that I'm speaking Polish, and I wasn't. And detected English as well. But when I tested in Russian, like it worked very cool. It's not a hugely small model, but
Model size, yeah. Exactly, what's the size?
yeah,
I
let's
think
take a look. I think it was like 8 billion parameters. Let's see.
8 billion is huge
8 billion is
compared
huge
to
for this.
Whisper. Compared to Whisper,
Oh, you know what? This is not an open source model. I believe it's only API. I don't see them releasing this yet on Hugging Face. So they have a Hugging Face demo, but I think it's like an API compatible. So we don't know the size of this. I will say though that in the model release, there's a thing that we should mention. This guy. Did you guys see this? So in the model release, they say we introduced Qwen 3 ASR Flash, a speech recognition service built upon the strong intelligence of Qwen 3 Omni. And Qwen 3 Omni, we didn't get yet. Like we know that Qwen Omni exists, but we didn't get Qwen 3 Omni, so that's like a very, very much like a hint. Qwen 3 Omni. Speaking of Qwen, I think we didn't cover that they also released a new model, Qwen Next, today.
I'm not sure they released it. I think they
I saw
teased.
something. They teased again.
Yeah.
it's on their private Hugging Face. It's not fully released yet, but it is a pretty exciting one.
Yeah.
Because quite a few people looked at it because it uses the space model layers, uses Mamba layers in between.
Oh, interesting.
But it was also only 65K context, so it seems like a more experimental thing for running longer context faster. I am not that big of a fan of Mamba ones, but just if this one works, it would be a big deal at longer context speed.
I wonder why they call it Next. So we'll have to see. So it's not released as the time of this recording, but like we know that it's out there and it's like ready. All right, folks, we're at exactly 2 hours and 1 minute. The last thing that I want to show you is Stable Audio 2.5 launched the audio generator. Like we played Stable Audio before, but like 2.5 sounds very, very cool. We can play a segment here super quick. For this, I need to share a tab so that you'll hear my audio, right? So I'll go here. And I'll do Stable Audio. Stable Audio, go here, and then I can just go to the web page, and hopefully you will hear this, right? Let's play this. But it's okay. If you go to stableaudio.com, you'll be able to play the 2.5 version of Stable Audio. It does sound super cool, and it's very, very quick, and now it's enterprise ready, so like folks can like actually use this in production. And I think that besides 11 Labs and Moshi, we covered pretty much everything, which is great. We didn't stop talking for a second. It's been 2 hours. Folks, thank you so much for joining September 11th Thursday AI. We covered major releases in AI. I think very multimodal show today. I want to thank Will from LDJ, Jan Peleg and Nistin for joining yet another exciting week in AI. My name is Alex Volkov. And of course, everybody who tuned in, who listened, who participated in chat, thank you so much for sending us and tagging us in all the news. Sometimes our algorithms is not picking up to everything. Like, we're trying really hard, but definitely keep tagging us, keep telling us what you think is very exciting in the world of AI. And if you missed any part of the show is getting edited into a podcast that you can listen to on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you get your podcasts. Just look for Thursday AI, but also into a newsletter. So if you need any of the links, if you need the Olaf VLLM configuration link to use GLM 4.5 from WB Inference in your Cloud Code. There's a lot of acronyms and names. But if you want any of this, everything, I try to add everything as show notes in the newsletter. And if you get that newsletter and you see something that you wanted and it's not there, please just comment and I'll just add it and add this as well. We are really excited to bring you the show every week, over 2.5 years now. It's good for us as well. When I was on vacation, I knew what's going on because I listened to you guys. When Wolfram was off, he listened as well. So this is basically why we do this, and we love doing this as well. Thank you so much, guys, for yet another exciting week in AI, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Woohoo! Let's go.